Welcome back. Right now, President Trump may be learning the same lesson President Biden did. It is a tough one. Prices take the elevator up and the stairs down. The stock market today skyrocketed. Oil prices crashed. Oil prices were down 16%, the biggest one-day drop since COVID. Hooray. That's the good news. The bad news is that prices for the average American, especially at the gas pump, will stay high. And Trump doesn't have many options on the table. Really, the only thing he can do is keep telling Americans and reminding them that they were a lot worse under Joe Biden. It was $5 a gallon gas. Ryan Cummings knows this, chief of staff at the Stanford Institute for Economic Policymaking, former staff economist at the Biden White House, Council of Economic Advisors. Take off your partisan hat for a second. What were the lessons of what Team Biden went through, high prices because of high oil prices, because of a war, that y'all didn't understand 4 years ago that Trump needs to?
Yeah, I think the first part is trying to blame somebody else. So with us, we called it Putin's price hike, and we started in a more defensive manner instead of first acknowledging that people were hurting. And these high prices really impacted people whenever they're going to the gas pump. They got their electricity bill. If it's housing, that was increasing when we were there as well. But even with that, there's not a magic set of incantations that you can say to allay people's concerns about high prices. People expect the president...
Those are big words. A magic set of what? Options?
Yeah, just a magic set of words to say, oh, prices are going to come down and everything's going to be fine. You have to go deliver on that. At the end of the day, people want to see actual price decreases, or at least not continuing to increase. And in the Biden administration, we got into these words about the difference between inflation and the price level and the rate of change. And once you're arguing about derivatives of price price changes, you've lost.
Yeah, I think that is that's true. At least you're an economist who acknowledges that. Most economists love talking about derivatives of price changes. This is Kevin Hassett today saying we're going back to normal. Take a listen.
There's a CPI number that's going to be coming out on Friday, and that will include the spike in energy prices that we just saw. But if you look at the Cleveland Fed, they're forecasting correctly, I believe, that's going to be the one-time thing, and we're going to go back to normal because, as you know, this kind of quick spike in oil prices doesn't lead to inflation. It's a level adjust that corrects itself almost immediately.
Let's be fair about this. You used to basically have this job. Is that the kind of thing, A, you would have said during the Biden administration, and B, what does it mean?
Yeah, you do want to try and say, if there's independent objective forecasts out there, hey, other people are saying it's going to be better. It's not just us trying to wish this through. But one thing I would disagree with Kevin Hassett on is if the war continues and we continue to have a 10 million barrel a day or 10% of global oil supply gap where we don't have that physical product, the prices are not going to go back down. If the Strait does not open soon, we're not going to see this return to normal.
Yeah, no, look, and airfares are already way up. People are buying spring break tickets, actually spring breaks now, but summer vacation tickets up 25, 30%. This would be the question, though. Why is it that prices don't come back down quicker?
Yeah, this is a well-known phenomenon. You said prices take the elevator up and stairs down. In economics, we call this rockets and feathers. They shoot up like a rocket, very quickly rising, and then they float down like a feather over a longer period of time.
There's rockets and parachutes. But let me give you the last question here.
Yeah.
If Trump and Republicans say, okay, we feel your pain, we're working on it, why in the world should Democrats be able to say, hey, but we're going to do better on prices when they didn't under Biden?
Yeah, I think for Democrats, they are not controlling the White House, so that's first. But even if they take control of Congress back, they can argue that we're going to have a host of policies, for example, expanding affordable housing supply. You did see some of this bipartisan with the Roads Act. They can say we're going to take different measures on energy supply as well. But the reality is there's no magic wand anybody, Democrats or Republicans, can wave to lower prices in a quick way that's going to happen in a matter of weeks. These are all fixes, whether they're Republican fixes or Democrat fixes, to structurally lower prices that take years.
Yeah, exactly. Somehow elections don't like to have those same kinds of timelines as prices. Ryan, thank you very much. Good to see you as always.
Thank you, Leland. Good to see you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.